I don't usually do unboxings of vintage pens that I buy on eBay, but this was a special one because I went a bit nuts on Fountain Pen Day and went to eBay, and there was an auction, an estate auction ending with about 25 pens from an estate that were all well cared for, but they were all Parkers and Schaeffers and things from the 30s through the 40s, and there were three that I narrowed my sights on, and I won all three auctions that ended within 5 minutes of each other. So I've never before had that kind of a success, and the three pens have arrived. So I thought I'd do an unboxing of the three pens and do a triage of them to show what condition they're in when I see them for the first time. There's a letter, and a card from Taurus Auctions. Updates, any questions? Follow us on Taurus Auctions. Yeah, this is where I bought it, and it was quite the sale. And the paper is actually just an invoice that shows what I spent on these pens. And here's an inner package. Let's open this up. 1, 2, 3 pens. There's a fourth one that's not from the same auction, but I bought the next day. So, in no particular order, fragile, handle with care, thank you, you're welcome. This is a 19, oh, good condition. And I can't see the date code on this one. Yeah, there's no date code on this, but this is a mid-1940s, I'm guessing. Parker Vacumatic. The blue diamond is slightly rubbed off, but original condition, this is really an excellent condition. You can tell this came from a cared home. And there's the nib. Again, it has not been used in many, many years, but look, there's no oxidation on that. Not much anyway. And there will be a date code on that nib. My guess is 1945. And those of you that have been watching my resurrections, here is one from 1945. This is one I restored. It has a date code on it of 1945. Only the tines were broken on this one, and I cut it into a stub which writes beautifully. And I replaced the pump with a modern brass pump on it. This is the best fountain pen, vintage fountain pen in my collection. And this one is in pristine condition, very, very similar to my beloved Azure Blue Pearl. And I'm seeing some transparency through there. There's the pump mechanism. And, it feels like there's a sack in there as well. Boy, this has either been restored recently in terms of having the sack, having the diaphragm replaced, or it was very, very well maintained over the years. So, beautiful pen. Hopefully that'll only take a minimum amount of restoration, and that'll go with mine. Let's see what's next here. Okay, I've had one of these before. This is, whatever, it's a regular size. Yeah, this is a debutante size or a demi size, I think, or a junior size. This is a Burgundy Pearl, and this is a lockdown filler, the old clip on it. And the Burgundy Pearl is on the top and bottom finials. And it's going to need some cleaning, and that's been scratched a bit, so we'll have to polish that up. That's possible. See if there's a date code on this one. Yeah, that's a 0 with 2 dots. So that's the second quarter of 1940. This is a lockdown filler. And there is the lockdown mechanism. Let's see if it works. It does. It works beautifully. Is there a sack in there? And there is a sack. A working sack. I've never seen this before. On an unrestored estate pen. Maybe you can see. I'll turn off some lights here so you can see that sack moving inside that transparent barrel. Well, this is just a joy, this one. Put that lockdown back in place. I've restored one of these before, and it had a kind of a screwed up blind cap. The lockdown filler needed some repair. Let's see the nib. That's a beauty. That's a fine nib in beautiful condition. This section won't move. Beautiful transparency. Burgundy Pearl 1940 lockdown filler. Can't wait to restore that one. That's worth every penny, that one. And the third one. And this is the same size. So it's like the junior size. This is a golden pearl lockdown filler from the same era. Lots of gouges on this one. Let's see if there's a date code on this one. This says 26 and with 2 dots. So I'm gonna guess that that's 1936 because they didn't make these in 1946. They made them like this in 1946. So this again is a lockdown filler. Blind cap comes off. Let's check the lockdown. Is there a sack in this one too? This one you can't see through. So that's not a transparent barrel, but it feels like there's a sack in there. Again, double jewels. Lockdown filler. Turn it. And it locks. Top finial has the same golden pearl striped, and that nib is slightly bent. So that's going to need a little bit of adjustment because it's slightly bent that way, but that's possible to fix that. Beautiful, beautiful pens. That cap has shrunk a little bit, so the celluloid has shrunk a little bit, so those threads are a little bit, no, just cleaning. I think just cleaning will help that cap. My guess, 1936, 1940, lockdown fillers, and a 3rd generation Azure Blue Pearl. So these first two here are 1st generation lockdown fillers. The 2nd generation were the Speedline fillers with the longer blind cap. And then the 3rd generation were these fillers that had the celluloid rod on them, and usually single jewels. So there they are, my fountain pen day haul for 2024. Which one do you guys think I should restore first?
I made this.